Are you surprising someone with a Disney trip this year? What if you were to use their holiday gifts as a way to lead up to that surprise? Today, we are giving you our gift guide of items to reveal a surprise Disney vacation, plus other fun gifts for the Disney fan in your life.
You're listening to Castle Talk Radio. We're live on the airwaves with Becca and Jessica. Now let's jump into this week's episode.
Okay, Jessica, a big trend for a lot of people is giving the gift of travel, and especially to Disneyland, that, of course, because that's where we talk about the most. And one dilemma I have found as I talk a lot about giving experiences instead of things is people say they hate that they don't have gifts to unwrap under the tree or, wherever it is that you're giving gifts when they're doing this. So I started yearly talking about how to give gifts, but also tie it into the experience. And I think that's something that can be done for Disney as well. So what if the gifts were the way that you reveal the Disney trip?
Yeah, I love that because this also isn't a way to spend more money. This is thinking about, okay, what are they going to use? What are they going to need for that
Mhm.
trip that you're going to buy anyways? And then incorporating that as those holiday gifts to get you to the destination.
Exactly. And maybe they know about the trip already, but you want the gifts to tie into that, or you just want to have a Disney themed holiday. So we're going to talk about that. We are doing our 2024 Disney themed gift guide, and you can get one for free. That is a PDF that you can click and go purchase things at castletalkradio.com and then click on freebies. So we're given a Disney vacation. Maybe it's land, maybe it's world. The first thing we did, of course, we booked through getawaytoday.com/castletalk. But I want to do this as a surprise. Now, I know you have feelings on surprising people with Disney trips that we're not going to get into. We'll have to do an episode on that.
I
But
like it.
let's talk about some things that we could give someone in order to tie into that trip, something they could use on the trip, plus like we're hinting at this big surprise coming. One thing I like to do is luggage, like the travel theme, and you're leading up to that. And you can get lots of great Disney themed luggage. Do you have any Disney themed luggage?
I do. I have a whole hard case set of Disney luggage, and my carry-on bag is also a Disney one.
Yeah. So American Tourister puts out a lot of great Disney themed luggage, and then I'm probably saying it wrong. It's either full or fuel because it has I don't know how they pronounce it, bags. They have tons of Disney, and they also have Harry Potter and like things from Universal
Yeah.
too, if you want to do that. But they have lots of Disney themed luggage. But if you don't want it to be Disney themed, it doesn't have to be. It can just be luggage as well. It doesn't have to be Disney themed, and it still leads up to that surprise. Um, Jessica, what is something else you might give that's just like hinting that this surprise is coming?
Yeah, well, let me talk a little bit about the luggage too, because maybe you already have luggage, but some additional things might be like packing cubes or a
Mhm.
tag for their luggage that's like customized. Also, a toiletries bag. If you don't have
Mhm.
one that you really like or that your kids have one that's very functional, that's something that you can add to that or in place of luggage. But of course, Disney merchandise to lead up
Oh, yeah.
to the trip. I'm thinking specifically, this is a great time when the dated merchandise is actually worth your while, especially if you're actually going at the end of 2024. That 2024 merchandise is typically on sale. So you could grab that. And then they're typically releasing the 2025. So if you're going next year, you can purchase some of those dated merchandise things so that it's even more of a hint like, yeah, we're going this year or we're going next year. It's coming up.
Yes, that's such a great idea. And some of those things might be like a spirit jersey is a great one. They do water bottles, which we'll talk about a little bit later. But yeah, they have lots of dated merch
Trading
that
pins as well with the year
yes,
on it. That's
yes.
something really simple if you don't wanna, like, have a
Mhm.
T-shirt with a date on it.
Yeah, and or even the ears, they usually put a new set out for each year. It's really hard to get those ones, though, at the end of the year for the same year, but the next year ones should be out. Okay, so you talked merchandise, and that immediately obviously made me think Spirit jerseys and,
Yep.
um, stuff. So now I'm thinking, clothing-wise, PJs. Like, how many people give PJs every year for Christmas? I know we do it every year, Christmas Eve, everyone gets a new
Mhm.
set of PJs. So, there's lots of cute Disney ones, but, you mentioned that the matching family PJs is also
Right.
tradition.
Yep. And
So,
they
have you
have
seen
those in
mhm,
Disney as well, so
do. They do, and they're cute. They're so
so
cute.
cute. Yeah,
So,
and
there's
that's
a
a great one because not only can you have them for holidays, you can also bring them along for your Disney trip. When my kids were little, they loved to bring their Disney pajamas to Disney to wear, and it just kinda kept the whole trip going.
yes, definitely. I love that. Okay, so other things that they could use on the trip and that would hint to this surprise trip, I'm thinking, like, books. And
Oh,
there's a
yeah.
million books, but I'm thinking more like an autograph book, which is obviously something that you would be using in the park, or even the hidden Mickey books that they
That's a
have
great one.
to show them that. And then even a planning book if it's someone that likes to plan ahead. And then I just thought of this while I was mentioning these. Also, if you can get someone to send you maps from the park,
Oh,
if you know
yes.
anyone that's going, that is a great way. My kids love maps. They love to look at it beforehand and figure out where things are and what they want to do. So maps is also a great.
That would be super cute to put into a stocking as well.
Yes. Yes, for sure. Okay.
An
Now,
Another thing I would do for
mhm,
gifts that hint at the trip is magic bands, especially if you're going for multiple days. That's like the
mhm.
perfect small splurge to get is magic bands that will tap you into the parks, tap you into lightning lanes.
Yeah. And if magic bands aren't your thing, there's the go-to ears, the accessory of ears. Get them their Mickey ears or Minnie ears or Goofy hat or whatever it is that you want
Totally.
to have. So those are all great. Okay, but now I have kids. They're going to want things that maybe play into the Disney theme, but they want stuff they can play with and utilize on on the holiday morning, like after they wrap the gifts on Christmas Day or whatever. So we'll have some of these in the gift guide as well. So if you're not planning a trip to Disney, these are also great options. Let's talk about some of those. So what's something, I mean, obviously there are toys that are Disney themed, which you can get almost anywhere, right? Like usually
Mhm.
for the very classic characters and then for the most popular characters. You know which character is huge this year that I'm seeing in all the toys? I don't think you'll guess
No,
it.
who?
Bluey. Bluey
Oh,
is
absolutely.
huge this year. So,
Absolutely.
it doesn't necessarily even have to be like a classic, movie character. You can find so many Bluey items throughout this year. What's another thing that might be good for kids?
Well, just off the top of my head, Moana 2 is coming out in the end of this year. So, like, you could also go to the movies, but they'll probably have some Moana toys. But I like, and I know you do too, games. We have Candyland, that's a Disney version. So it's
Right.
just like even more adorable and cute. What Disney games do you have? All of them?
Oh, not all of them. I want all of them. So we have the Jungle Cruise game. We have the Haunted Mansion game, which I love. That one's really good. We have Disney Sidekicks. We have several of the villainous ones. I'm trying to think what else. We have Disney Scrabble, which is
Mm,
great.
cool.
Um, yeah, we have a lot. I think we have about last time I counted, I think we had about 50 Disney themed Disney games or
Yeah,
board
so
games.
there's a lot of classic board games that
Mhm.
are Disney, like Monopoly or Candyland, like I mentioned, but then there's also unique ones like the Villainous that are made
Mhm.
just for Disney.
Disney.
Villainous or
Yeah,
villains? Villainous is something else.
Villainous. It's
Okay.
Villainous, and then they have all these different packs, so you can do a Marvel version, and you can have, like there's tons. So, yeah, we have a lot of those games, and other things are, like, activity books are another great one. I know
Like
we do
sticker
that
coloring, all those things.
sticker coloring, mazes, all that kind of stuff, because we do the something you want, something you need, something you wear, something to read type thing. And
Mhm.
so sometimes my kids have so many other books, but they rarely get activity books during the year. And so that's a good one for
Okay.
them. Yeah.
I love that.
So um my kids though, I know they're really into something. I don't know if any of your kids are into it. Legos.
Absolutely. We still
There
get
are
our kids a Lego set for holidays and sometimes for birthdays too. And just it grows with them because there's so many options.
There is, and you can do so much. So, um, like, of course, the big one is Cinderella's castle, but that's like several $100s. Don't think you have to spend that much. There's lots of smaller ones that are way more affordable for more families. They do have a Haunted Mansion one that I think is cool. They have the Pixar Up House. They have several, like, even smaller ones they have a mini castle one. I think they still are offering that isn't as big, so it's a lot more affordable.
Have you seen the
Tons of
Snow
them.
White one?
I haven't.
So cute. It's newer this year. It's the
Okay.
cottage. It's so beautiful.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to check that one out.
And that's
Um,
like a collector one.
yes, I'm gonna have to check it out. And then, so my kid, one of them has the medium-sized Millennium Falcon, which is like it's hard to show you. It's like this big. Um, But then
That'll
there's
take
that
a while too.
giant one. Yeah, but then there's that giant one. I think it's one of the biggest Lego sets that Disney has, or that one of the
Wow.
biggest Lego sets total is the Millennium Falcon. So, yeah, it's crazy. I love them. Anything else you can think of that might be fun? I think sometimes Legos are like a family activity because we help to put the more complicated ones together. So I'm thinking board games, Lego sets. What else is something that the whole family might utilize and
Oh,
do?
Disney puzzles for sure. We always do a puzzle during the holiday break
Yeah.
and just have it out so anyone could work on it anytime. And some of the puzzles, like depending on your skill level, are really, really tricky.
We have a Pixar one, and it's huge, and we framed it, ended up putting it together, like, using the puzzle saver and framing it and putting it upstairs, and we had a lady come over, to do some estimates for things in our house, and she walked up, and she saw that, she's like, "I have been trying to put this same puzzle together for a month and a half. Can I take a picture?"
That's funny.
So, yeah, we love puzzles as well. And then let's say you have a child that's a college student and they're getting ready to maybe make it on their own. What is something you might want to get them?
Yeah, well, I had this idea for not only for other people, but for myself. You know, how many of us buy ourselves holiday gifts? So every time when I go to Disneyland, I see the cute, like, kitchen and dinnerware things that are like a really subtle Mickey silhouette in the glass plates,
Mhm.
but I don't want to bring them home because I don't want to bring home like 12 glass plates on the airplane. So I think
Right.
this is where you can buy some of those things that you wouldn't buy at the parks because it's just going to get shipped right to you and be really easy. And then you have those gifts that still go with your theme, and you can use those for your special holiday dinners. They have some really cute, like, serving platters or things for hors d'oeuvres and dips that are Mickey shaped. Just those novelty things that you might want for yourself or for another Disney loving adult that you wouldn't normally pick out.
Yeah, I love that. And yeah, we all deserve to buy ourselves a treat for the holidays as well. And how many of us actually just like, I don't buy my own, but I give my husband a list and he basically just buys the list. So kind of the same thing.
Mhm.
Okay, we mentioned maps, and he brought up how that would be a great stocking stuffer, and that is an amazing idea. So, what are some other stocking stuffer ideas? I know what mine is that I want to get my kids this year. They all need a new reusable water bottle, and there are some. This one's just my plain Owala one, which
Mhm.
I love. I've had Owalas for years, but there are some really cute Disney ones out there. So, it can still be Disney themed or it cannot. It's up to you. If you don't get a Disney themed, you might want some Disney stickers that can go on water bottles or something
That's
like
a
that.
cute idea too.
But
Stickers are not something that you can find in the parks. So if you want Disney stickers, you got to get those beforehand, period.
yeah,
Whether you're putting them on water bottles or your luggage.
they don't have them for sale, but they do once in a while have a Mickey sticker they will give you
Right.
on a piece of
Yes.
paper. Yeah.
So like socks, Disney socks or hair things, little things that you can stick into that. Even Lip Smackers brand has Disney, kind of chapstick, different things, and they have Marvel ones. So those are perfect things to put into a stocking. What else?
Um, Disney jewelry is you can find some really cute like earrings or studs
Hmm.
or a necklace or a ring or something. So if you have a jewelry lover, that's a great option. We kind of talked about luggage tags and those could be in there as well if you don't want
Hmm.
to because that's a smaller item. Sometimes you don't want that to seem like it's the big gift. So that's a great one. But I thought of one and I bet you can imagine what it is. That would be a great option to get off of Amazon before the trip because you'll use it a lot, but you get a better deal at Amazon than you do if you buy it in the parks. Do you know what I'm talking about? If you are, especially for teens, maybe tweens, and then adults, it's for your
I
phone.
gotta keep
Yeah.
my phone charged. So
So fuel rod, right? Because you can get a two
yes.
pack for about the same price you buy one at the parks at the kiosk. And they're all the new ones now, which you got. How much better
Mhm.
are these new ones? Do you like them more?
Oh, they're so much better. So it's just that battery charger, and you can swap them out for free at the parks, as that's always been. But now they have like a battery life indicator on them, and they last a little bit longer, stuff like that.
And they're
Um,
USB-C now too
yes,
on one end. So they
and I
still have
just
all the
saw
ends. They have all the adapters for each type of phone,
right.
but USB-C is the main plug.
Yeah, and get those beforehand. But just another little tip is like one time I forgot a charging cord, and I bought a new fuel rod set at the airport because they come with charging cords, like the short ones, because that was cheaper than buying a new charging cord at the airport. And then I just have an extra one. So that's just like a little tip if you forget a
Good to
charger,
know.
just buy the fuel rod because it's probably going to be cheaper.
That's a good idea. Good job. Okay, if you want our holiday gift guide, it may not have all of these things on it. It will have some things that are different. Definitely go to castletalkradio.com in freebies and you will be able to get that there. And we hope you all have a great holiday season this year. We'll see you next week.